Hello. So this won't be like a massively long video. Oh, missed a bit there. Damn it. Yeah, that after. I just thought I'd talk a little bit about how Christmas was ruined for me. When I was a young child, we lived with my grandparents, and it was special to them. And my grandma on my dad's side, I'm talking about, and my granddad as well. And they used to really, get into it, decorate all the house. They made almost all their own decorations. They put the tree up at the right time. My grandma would make all the food and everything herself. I think I said this before. She'd make the Christmas pudding. She'd start making it, and the Christmas cake like months in advance. Like the cake, for example, and probably the pudding as well. She'd bake it, with all the proper fruit in it and everything. And then she put a little, I think it was brandy. I think, I might be wrong, a miniature of that on every one, whatever day of the week it was, every week or leading up to it for like 2 months or something. So, she did everything traditional. She did all her own marzipan and everything. My other grandma wasn't like this, but she was from a different generation. She was younger. But whatever, I'm not talking about her now. So that was like my impression of Christmas. And then we went to live with my mum. Well, we did go and live with my dad first, but this was during the year. But we went and lived with my mum, and it was completely different. When she was still living with my stepsister's dad, it was a little bit better. She was a bit more organised then. Well, quite a lot actually. So it was all right. But as soon as he left, that was it. I remember the first year he wasn't there. She said to me, right, go and get your presents for you and your sister. Now, I'm only maybe 7 at this time, or 8. Not sure, really. I'm going to say maybe 7. And she said, pick out your presents and your sister's presents, and you can open them. Well, I couldn't read. Nobody really took any time to teach me to read. I mean, they didn't really teach me at school. I don't know why. I taught myself to read, by the way. Just going off the point for a second, and the way I taught myself to read was with Transformers comics, which my grandma used to buy for me. And somebody said to me, you're just looking at the pictures and guessing what's happening. Don't you want to know what's going on? And it must have struck something in my mind, because I thought, yeah, I do want to know what's going on. And then I kind of just started up by guessing what they were saying. The little words I could read and piecing it together, and within maybe 6 months I could read pretty good. But that was because of Transformers comics. And by the way, what I thought was going on was nothing like what was actually going on in the story. They were a lot more complicated than I could have imagined at the time. But anyway, so I couldn't read, so we opened all the presents, and they weren't all for us. So then my mum got up and she had a right go at us, because I remember saying to her, "Oh, can we eat these Black Magic?" As if somebody's going to buy us Black Magic chocolates at that age. But I was only a young kid, so that was probably the first time she really had a go at me when I was a kid, properly. And I wasn't used to it, because I remember for about 40 minutes afterwards I was going, but I know it was horrible at the time. And then that became more of a regular thing, because she used to stay in bed late, and there was no breakfast for us. We were used to getting up and having our breakfast done for us. That had always been done up until relatively, not long before that. So that time I'm talking about. So whatever. Anyway, I don't want to really go on too much about it, but that was what we've been used to. And we've been used to a lot of other things that just suddenly ended. Like, we've been used to being able to have whatever food we wanted whenever we wanted in the day. And that's part of the reason why I'm overweight now, actually, to be honest, is because we'd have one meal a day. And then when I got a job, the first thing I did was I went back to having probably 5 meals a day or something like that, over the top, overcompensating for it. But yeah, so from there, every Christmas was just increasingly worse. And then when this guy moved in with her in the early 90s. He was like a grown-up child. If he couldn't have his own way, kick off. I remember him picking up a Christmas tree and throwing it across the room one year. Another year, I sold my, I had a Commodore 64, and I sold it, and I said, right, well, I want a Sega Mega Drive, so here's the money. So they got hold of the money, and he made my mum spend it, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't my Sega Mega Drive that was going towards, it was mine and my sister's. Well, that's not really fair, is it? Because I put like £70 towards it. So if anything, it should have been just my Mega Drive. Or, whatever, or it should have been whatever. It's not right. I mean, I put money in. I'm essentially putting money towards buying my own gift because that's how much I wanted one. I wanted to play Sonic the Hedgehog. I played it at my friend's house and I wanted to play it. I had liked the Commodore 64 I had, but it was like old. It was an old thing by now. Well, this was like 1991 or something. Something like, or maybe even 92, I'm not sure. So it had its day. I wanted the new thing, which was the Sega Mega Drive. And so he spent all the money, and then we nearly didn't get it, but she managed to get the money from somewhere to get another one. But it didn't have Sonic the Hedgehog with it. So then for another year, I didn't get Sonic the Hedgehog. Eventually, I managed to get the money together somehow. I think. No, I can't remember. I can't remember, but we got it one way or another. I think I bought it off my friend, actually. I did. I bought it off my friend. He sold it to me for a £5. I remember now. And he sold me a controller as well, also, for a £5. So somehow I got £10 from somewhere. But other than that, I wouldn't have got it. And that was the only game I really wanted at the time. Whatever, anyway. But, it was just, there was always just arguments. And, like, if me or my sister got Christmas money, you might as well have said, it's not my Christmas money. I did cause a lot of trouble one year because I said, well, you give me this money, you might as well just give it to him. That caused a lot of arguing. Sorry, I thought somebody came in. That caused a lot of arguing that year. And, he was in his 30s. And I was like 13, 14 years old. So, the, what's the word? Responsibility to be an adult was on him. I'm not an adult. He's the adult. He's such a whatever, anyway. I mean, I'm trying to bear in mind people change when they get older. So fair enough. I don't really know him anymore. He's not in my life, so whatever. And he's not going to see this. And if he does, well, too bad. I haven't said his name or anything like that. I'm not going to. Because, but these things did happen. And not by my choice. Like the thing on my head. Because I've shaved my head now. I don't think you can see it, but it's there. I'll always have that scar now from that door hitting me on the head. And I'm supposed to just forget about that. Because that happened to me, so who cares? But yeah, loads. There were a point where there was a space of like 8 years or 9 years or something like that. Every year there'd be a massive argument. But I mean, it's not unusual because all year they were arguing. And it was only like really drugs that kept him in the scene. Kept him in our house. Because she'd kick him out and then he'd come back with you know what and then he'd get let back in again. No, not good enough. I feel like I am repeating a lot of things I've said in other videos, but this is why Christmas was ruined for me. And I'm trying now to start enjoying it again, but it's really difficult for me, especially like with the way the world is now. Everything's changed since the, you know what I mean? And by the way, I never got the, in the arm. I never got that. And I've never had COVID either. So, I said the word now, didn't I? Oh no. The Eye of Sauron will be on me. But yeah, whatever. That's why they ruined Christmas for me. And all I've got is, like, I don't only have bad memories. Like, the early Christmases were good. Like I've said before, the first Christmas I remember, that's the best one I've ever had, really, in a lot of ways. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were good moments in the years, I'm talking about, they were bad, but overall they were ruined by the arguments and the stupid things that happened and the fights and everything that we should never have seen because they couldn't be adults, because they were, it was alcohol and drugs involved. This is why I've never touched anything like that. I would do every now and again have a drink of alcohol, but it is only every now and again because I'm not even that interested in that. If I can't sleep, sometimes I'll have a glass of something, but other than that, I'm not bothered. I mean, I'll have a drink on Christmas Day. I'll have a drink this year. I've got a bottle of mead that I've bought. We went to the Viking Centre in York, So I bought a bottle of mead, but that's all I'm going to have. I'm not going to get ridiculously drunk. Well, I might a little bit, but you know, it won't be every day anyway. It'll just be Christmas Day and maybe Christmas Eve. Maybe what's it called? New Year's Eve. But other than that, no. I don't even drink on my birthday. I don't even really bother with my birthday, to be honest with you, because it got forgotten about that many times. It's like, what's the point? Nobody cares anyway. Oh, that's what it felt like. I mean, my own dad's got the same birthday as me, and he always forgot it. So I mean, if he forgets it, how can anybody else be expected to remember it, especially when it's the same day as his own? I'm just moaning now, aren't I suppose? The other thing I was going to say is I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I used to go out and walk a lot, and I'd go and look at people's houses when they had Christmas decorations in the window, and I just think, like, probably I was wrong, but to me I think, like, why can't I have a house like that? Why can't my family be like that? Why am I not allowed to be to feel happy and have things to look forward to? All I could ever think about was, where's my next meal coming from? I mean, no, not necessarily, because I got fed, just not much. Neither did my sister, but because too much money was being spent on other things that it wasn't. So, like, I've known my mum get paid on a Monday, get a gyro, cash it on the Monday when we gone to school, and we come back, there's no money left. Because somebody's kicking off and saying, I'll sort it out, I'll go to my mum's. He'll know who that is. And then he'll go and, like, nick some stuff from the quick save. Oh, great, we're going to have a ham butty each and half a tin of soup. Yeah, nice one. But you've been and had a full meal, haven't you? See, I'm not like, he'd go mad if he, even you were saying this, he'd go mad, he won't like it. Yeah, well, sorry, it's the truth. Don't blame me. I didn't make you do it. And he's, well, I don't want to say anymore, because I don't want to give away who he is or accidentally say his name, because I don't feel like it would be the right thing to do. But, whatever. I'm going to leave it there anyway. If you have any thoughts on this video, then, tell me. I asked the other day as well, what should I do next? So if you go and watch that video, it's only a short. If you want to tell me what you think I should do next after this, or if you have any suggestions as well, I would appreciate that as well, because it would help me out. If you want me to keep making videos, then just let me know, and I will do. I mean, I don't feel like I'm a very interesting person, to be honest with you, but I mean, if you disagree, then fair enough, then let me know, and it might encourage me to carry on. But anyway, if you think this video deserves a thumbs up, then give it a thumbs up, and definitely leave me comments and tell me what you think. I will try and answer everybody's. There's one or two I've not been able to answer because I try and open it and then it just won't let me. It won't let me find them. I found one yesterday. Somebody who told me his dad had died. I'm sorry about that, by the way. I did want to reply, but I couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me. I couldn't find the comment. And there was somebody else who I did answer, but then I think I accidentally answered twice. So I'm sorry about that as well. I didn't do that on purpose either. It's just I'm not very tech savvy, I'm not very good with technology. So, if I ever do anything like that, I've not done it on purpose. Just so you know, I definitely wouldn't. I'm sorry if both of these people. I'm sorry that you've had to lose your father at this time of year. I know what that's like. It's horrible. So, condolences for that. But like I said, anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. So if you got this far, if you got this far, thanks for watching, and I'll come back on in the next few days and I'll try and make another video. But anyway, other than that, thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye.